Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, we are from Group 3 and this video explain about mode chord. Here are the members of Group 3.
My name is Tiffany Puspadianti.
My name is Chantika Febrianti.
My name is Tati Nurhayati.
The key to any good oral presentation is practice, practice, practice. And this is especially the case with mouthing where the judges can and will ask you question. The more you practice, the more you'll be comfortable with the you next speak and the more comfortable you are. The more relaxed and persuasive you'll be. Practice also allows you to be flexible to answer whatever the judge asks whenever they ask it. So, here are some tips on how to practice. First, you might want to write what you want to say in full. This will allow you to order your argument in a logical way. It will also allow you to work out whether it's too long or too short. Be mindful that when you actually do the mood, it has to be a conversation with the judge. You can have a fully written speech in front of you, because when you're standing up in a mood and you're nervous, you'll be tempted to read of it, and that is not what mooting is about.
Once you've read over your fully written argument a few times, try putting the main point on a single piece of paper, and then practicing from that. If you can, record yourself doing this, so that you can check whether you miss any argument or any of the main points. But remember, when you go to actually do the mood, it's not the fully written speech you ask, but the single page of paper. Because mooting is not about reading of a script. You confuse people by looking at them and talking to them. So that ask a single page of paper with the main point on it. When reading what you are going to say as plain English, too many people think that mooting is about using complicated words or legal words. It's not. It's about having a conversation with the judge. And when you are having a conversation with somebody, you don't ask legal words or talks in a complicated way to make sure that your arguments are explained simply.
3. Practicing your oral submission to somebody who doesn't know anything about the mood or even about the law. If you can explain your argument to a reasonably intelligent person so that you understand it, then you are not doing your job, and allow this person to ask you questions, because that will help you work out where it is in your submission. Things aren't explained in a simple way. You should practice as if you were actually in the mood, dressing what you are going to wear, present in a formal environment, time your speech, and have somebody act as the judge. Allow the person whose action as a judge to ask you question. That's why you all better be able to anticipate what the mood judge will be asking her at Bond and University when our students are preparing for a competition. That's literally dozens and dozens of time before they go off to compete.
Good afternoon, President Sema and Judges Whitworth and Alvarez. My name is Sebastian Mocado, and it is an honor for me to appear before the International Court of Justice this afternoon. Pleading on behalf of the Republic of Alicanto, I will speak for the following 22 minutes, and I will be addressing Alicanto's firstly submission, the first one referring to the contact to revision intervention in Alicanton territory, and how it contravenes international law, and I will venture into the intelligence which is geared to justify this operation. I will yield the floor to my co-agent Mr. Guillermo Turan, who will speak for 21 minutes. And he will address Alicanto's last submission, the third will referring to the conduct of revision troops while stationed at Camp Stara, and lastly the accession Ricardonetti and how he must be immediately delivered to Alicanto to comply with his judicial sentence. In consequence, Your Excellencies will be reserving 2 minutes for a rebuttal, Mr. President, and I may plead the court.
In December 2005, the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 5440, by which it authorized a beach-fishing operation inside the territory of Alicanto. Once this operation was complete, Your Excellencies, notwithstanding the allegation of sexual exfoliation and the broadcasting, subject to 4 or 3 submission revision, decided nonetheless to intervene. Circumventing the fact, Your Excellencies, that the Security Council rejected not only but tweets and expressed proposal to intervene in Alicanto. One of the reasons to intervene, Your Excellencies, was the accession of Alicanto Prime Minister Greg Lisamari, but the assassin is at this very moment of scanning at Camp Terra under the jurisdiction of the response state, and her is the subject of our fourth submission. It is your resolution issue the intervention in Alicanto territory. After the advocation of Resolution 6620, which is of interest to the bench for a first submission, Your Excellencies, I will deal with 2 arguments in our first submission. The first one referring to the legal effect of Resolution 6620, and I will then turn to the more difficult question on this alleged rule of customary character which allow for a third side to intervene when they consider that there is a humanitarian situation that so calls for this intervention. Your Excellencies, as to our first rounds, Resolution 6620 is not an authorization for the use of force. It is not, because a closer look at the parties of the Security Council will show that when the Security Council authorized Chapter 7 mission, it has 3 factors. I am reading that by an intervening state, a very clear scope of mandates and very precise language the authorizer the mission. Your Excellencies, none of these factors are found in Resolution 6620.
Council, what you say that for instance the authorization given to coalition in 1990 resolution 678 clear mandate.
It is Mr. President for one reason, and I understand your concern because Resolution 678 merely referred to the obligation set out in Resolution 6620, but it is in this sense that the mandate is very clear, that is to comply with the obligation to push Iraqi troops back into the states of Iraq, and there was is very clear language and a very precise mandate. Your Excellency nonetheless this resolution and of the operation in 1990 did include the other factors reverting data by the intervening states and a very precise scope of language for the authorization. Their response?
As the president, I think that was advertising 678 did have language which spoke out the restoring of regional peace and security, so the Security Council does know how to talk in riddles if they want to. Doesn't you know that?
Your Excellency, I understand your concern and Resolution 690 did not as express language, such as to authorize the use of force, but it did make reference to the issue of necessity. The use of all necessity measures and the mere necessity or the question of necessity has been consistent in Security Council resolution authorizing for the use of force. Ever since the first resolution, which authorized the use of force, Resolution 83, 1950 against North Korea. So I'm little puzzled. In that we are immediately counsel doing, which sounds like you are being asked, and I think this happens on the other side as well to second guess the Security Council. Why exactly other than the fact that you have agreed to be here? Does this court have jurisdiction at all? I would seem to be the case that this case is as the Security Council says and that very same resolution says it or the matter why are we says of it.
Your Excellency, that question was addressed by this court in the Tehran hostage case. And in paragraph 40, it clearly states that when the Council is seized of them of the matter in its political aspect, the court can very well be seized of the matter in its legal aspect, and that it's precisely what we put forward before the courts. And it's also important to note that Alvarez that in contention cases before court there have been examination on the legal effect of Security Council resolution, such as the Kirby contention case by which the cause courts had to analyze effect of council resolution as to determine its jurisdiction.